Hello students, welcome to the class. I'm Yogita. Our subject is Nursing Foundation and today we are going to learn some concept under ethics. Now first, what do you mean by ethics? The definition of ethics is ethics are the rules or principles that govern the right conduct and designed to protect the right of a human beings. This is the definition of ethics which is given by Sister Nancy. The meaning of this ethic definition is it's a set of rules or principles which control your behavior, which control your practices so that it is designed to protect the right of a human beings. So individuals right, their what is that needs are met as well as their right are preserved. Okay, so this is what called ethics. This definition is given by Sister Nancy. Then code of ethics. The definition for code of ethics is a code of ethics is a set of ethical principles that are accepted by all the members of profession. So this definition is given by Potter and Perry. Now the definition of code of ethics is a code of ethics means a set of principles which is accepted by all the members of particular profession. Now this is called code of ethics. Next, nursing ethics. Now here nursing ethics is a improved version. It's a branch of applied ethics which will has a eye on a nursing profession, which will control the activities within the nursing profession. Now here it refers to the ethical standards that govern or guide the behavior, practices or what all the nursing procedures which is done by the nurse in her everyday life, like maintaining the confidentiality, caring a patient, meeting a need of a patient, as well as communication. These all things are like streamlined. So a set of behavior which is controlled the way that nurse is behaving everyday's life. These things are streamlined. So this is called nursing ethics. Now the need of nursing ethics. Why we want nursing ethics? Mainly it helps the student nurse as well as it helps the registered nurse in her professional practices. Now this code of ethics, a nursing ethics, teach the students or the learner or the registered nurse how to behave. So it helps them not to do any kind of wrongdoing in their professional practices. It helps them to render the right nursing care to their patient. Okay, then there are different types of ethical theories. Okay, so now we are going to discuss about types of ethical theories. Now here we can mainly see there are four types of ethical theories. Duty oriented ethical theories. First one, duty oriented ethical theory. Rights oriented ethical theory. Goal oriented ethical theory. Institutionist oriented ethical theory. Now these are the important four ethical theories. Now the first one, duty oriented ethical theories. In duty oriented ethical theories is a system of ethical thinking having a concept of duty as a fundamental, is a foundation. They give a much importance to the duties. Primary concern is given to the duty, the responsibility, the nursing care. What do you provide for your patient? Now this is really work very well when we are having a homogeneous group, like a small group like tribes or a very small group, where we can easily implement this duty oriented ethical theories. Now a disadvantage, like it will be difficult for the nurse to rank her duties. She may find it difficult to give a preference which comes first and what is next. Maybe caring to a terminally ill patient or meeting the immediate need, or else helping the patient to prevent from the suffering. So such kind of conflicts that make the nurse to like rate the nursing services in different way. That may be difficult. So that will be one of the disadvantage. Apart from that, duty oriented nursing theories, it gives the much importance, primary importance for the duties. Then definitely that followed with a right and a goal. Okay, the next theory is right oriented ethical theories. Now in right oriented ethical theories is a system which having a concept of rights are fundamental, rights are foundation. Here nurse will give a importance or highest value to the right of a patient, that means right of an individual. For example, now patient has got a right to maintain the confidentiality or privacy. So before you do your duty, your responsibility or achieve the goal, you need to meet the right of that person, right of that particular patient, provide the privacy. So when do you meet the right, definitely that will followed with your duty and the goal. You are able to achieve your duty as well as you are able to achieve your task which is given to you. Okay, the third theory is goal oriented ethical theories. The third is goal oriented ethical theories. In this system of ethical thinking, the concept of reaching goal will be a foundation. Here the main aim is to reach the goal. So whatever the matter, nurse need to manage, somehow she will reach the goal by meeting all the need of a patient, so that she has to maintain the balance between right and duties. So she need to give consideration to both the things and see that simultaneously she is meeting the need or she is reaching the goal. The last theory is institutionist ethical theories. Now here important concept where the foundation is both like duty, goal and right, where equal importance is given for all the factors. The philosophy of institution will help you maintain the balancing relationship between duty, goal and right. Now that will help us to meet our requirements. So now these are the important 4 ethical theories. I would like to repeat, the 4 important ethical theories are duty oriented ethical theories, rights oriented ethical theories, goal oriented ethical theories and institutionist ethical theories. Okay, the next concept is ethical principles. Now there are 10 ethical principles. First is respect to person, respect to autonomy, respect for freedom, respect for beneficiaries, respect for non-malfeasance, respect for veracity, respect for justice, respect for rights, respect for fidelity and respect for confidentiality. Now these are the important 10 ethic principles. Now these are the important 10 principles. Now here first one is respect for person. Now here you need to give a respect to the individual without any discrimination of their age, caste, gender, economic status, their disease condition, their health or wellness. Irrespective to that, you need to give respect to your patient. Not only patient, you give respect to your patient, family members, co-workers, relatives. Even in a day-to-day life, we need to follow this principle that you respect the person. Then respect for autonomy. Now here this principle say that you take a responsibility of your action. See, I am responsible for my action, what I am doing for my patient. Then followed with the third principle, respect for freedom. Now here the nurse group will follow, believe that you need to observe your patient, give a freedom for choices. Then that will help us to provide the right nursing care to a patient. So here patients are free to make their choices, as well as principal should observe the staff nurses when they are planning a patient care, or when the nurse manager is giving a delegation of duty for the subordinates. We need to follow this principle of freedom. Then principle of beneficence. Now here beneficence means doing something good. So here you need to maintain this principle that whenever you do something, whenever you take an action, that should do something good for your patient. So that principle must be kept in concern. So that will be your basic principles. You need to keep it in mind that you need to do something good for your patient. Then respect for non-malfeasance. That means your action should not harm anyone. You must know to balance between your action, the way of doing your services to your patient, so that should not cause any harm to your patient. It may be consciously or unconsciously. So your action should be so perfect that you should not harm your patient. So your patient should not be like humiliated, felt insulted, or you might put his life at risk by doing something wrong. So that should not be done here. So you need to follow this principle of non malfeasance. Then veracity. Now here a principle of veracity means you are talking truth to your patient. You need to talk to your patient, develop a rapport, and you need to present the actual fact in front of your patient. You should not give any false impressions, false information to your patient. What is the fact that must be presented in front of patient, your patient families? Because your false assurance, false information may lead to further complications. So always you need to follow this principle. Respect the veracity, where you are talking truth, talking honest, genuinity should be there in your talk, what you're talking, what you're presenting your point in front of your patient. Okay, then principle of justice. Now principle of justice means you need to treat all the patient equally. You cannot make any discrimination based on the age, gender, religion, caste, or economic status what they have. As a nurse, when you receive your patient, they are your patient. You need to provide a care without any kind of partiality. So that is a respect for justice. That's the important principle, respect for justice. Then respect for rights. Now here every individual has got their own right. Even the patient has got a right to say no to the treatment. You cannot make any of your patient as a subject for your research proposal, your research work. As a staff nurse, you have a right to vote for your own. Like you can choose any, like voting by any political elections or anything. You has got that right. So you know to respect that. You cannot influence others. You do this what I'm telling. No, you cannot do that, because your responsibility is to give respect to their right. Like for example, they also have a right to make agreement with the justice, law and mortality. So even the mentally ill patient has got their own rights, so you must respect that and you should act accordingly. Okay, the ninth principle is respect for fidelity. Now, respect for fidelity means you are fulfilling the promises. Now, whatever the promises, assurance you given for your patient, now it's your responsibility that you fulfill that. If you don't fulfill that, definitely you are not able to develop a good relationship with your patient. They may feel that, oh, this nurse is not at all maintaining the promises. She don't keep her words. Then they will not keep the relationship with you. So you need to know, before you make a promise, you should think wisely. You need to think twice whether I am able to fulfill it or not. If you are given a word, then you must do that. So this is a responsibility, or this is a important principle which you have to follow. Respect for fidelity. Then last one, respect for confidentiality. It's very important, because a patient definitely share the important personal details with you with lot of trust and like believe, they believe you, they trust you. Now when they share the information with lot of trust, it's your duty that you maintain the confidentiality. You must be very sure when you share the information with others what you're telling, what you're sharing, because it's your prime responsibility that you maintain the confidentiality of your patient. So it's one of the important principle, respect for confidentiality. So these are the important ethical principles. There are 10 principles. I would like to repeat once again: respect for person, respect for autonomy, respect for freedom, respect for beneficence, respect for non malfeasance, respect for veracity, respect for justice, respect for rights, respect for fidelity and respect for confidentiality. Sorry, when you say all this respect for even I got confused and I was little find difficulty in pronunciation. So I feel better. I need to repeat it once again without any mistake so that you will understand it in a better way. So let me repeat these 10 principles: respect for person, autonomy, freedom, beneficence, non malfeasance, veracity, justice, rights, fidelity, and confidentiality. So you need to give respect for all these 10 aspects. Okay, the next concept is ethical dilemmas. Now, what is ethical dilemmas? Now, ethical dilemmas means here the nurse got confused between two things: to do or not to do. When you follow all these ethics, definitely you get a confused. I can give you an example that now, you know the principle of respect for confidentiality. Now patient has shared the very important confidence matter with you, that yes, I am positive for HIV. See, now when you know this matter, it's your responsibility that you inform others so that others may not fall their life at risk, because many members are coming to give treat for that patient. Akkas, annas are coming, housekeeping, cleaners, everyone approach that patient. There is a chance that anyone may have a direct contact with the body fluids, or nurse may have a by mistake injection, but something can happen. So others' life at risk. Now you're the person who know the truth. Now you got a dilemma whether to tell with others, not to tell with others. See, this is called dilemmas. Now nurse may find dilemma to treat the patient of terminally ill. Terminally ill, you know that there is no chance of life, hope, but still you have to do all your procedures, duties. Now you're confused whether need to do all these procedures or duties or not to do. See, such kind of dilemmas can happen when you follow all these ethical principles. So but you need to know that how to handle, so that you are able to meet all the requirement of your patient. So these all are the concept which comes under ethics. I hope you understood. Please keep watch so that I'll meet in the next class with a new concept. Thank you all.